Hello, namaste everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about Rahu's transit in its own nakshatra, which is Satabishak Nakshatra. So today we are going to learn how Rahu is going to affect each and every one of us with its presence in the Satabishak Nakshatra, which is its own from 23rd of November 2025 till 2nd of August 2026. So before we move ahead, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. Also, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the readings and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Very soon, I'm also going to edit the readings because I wanted to add more readings. So since from what I have understood, what do people desire to understand? And let me tell you, one of those readings will be related to the retrograde planets and your karma attached to it. And further, you can even sign up for online courses. I am starting another course. It's a complete predictive course where you are going to learn about dashas, transits, BSP technique, Bhrigu Saral Padati. You're going to learn about the nakshatras. You're going to learn about the Tribhagi, which is the main component of that course. I'm going to start in December. If you want to have your reserved spot, as in the spot reserved for receiving the information on the updates on that course, you can sign up the form. I have actually sent most of the people who have registered on my website. But if you haven't, you can straight away just ask or drop your query at contact.asastrology@gmail.com, and I shall add you on the list. And whenever I disclose the framework and the prices and the dates, that when I'm going to launch it, you are going to get the intimation for that. But most probably, this is going to be the very first batch, which is going to start December 2025. I am not sure that how many batches I'm going to conduct, since it's a very long course. It's a 25 to 30 days course, inclusive of all the practice sessions and all the research that we usually do have at Anmoll Astrology, right? So yeah, so if you want to sign up, you can drop me an email. Also, I think, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Now let's get started. So before we understand what this Rahu is going to do as a part of a transit, we need to understand what energy does Rahu create in Satabishak Nakshatra, right? So first of all, Rahu is the perfectionist. Rahu is the illusionist. How can you put up an illusion? You have to be a perfectionist. You have to be a person who is a good observer and who knows how to make people into that, make a part of that illusion. Like, it is it's actually very funny and definitely not coincidental that today I am making this video, and yesterday I went on for a movie which was Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I think that's the fourth part that was there, and that movie is purely on Rahu in Satabishak. If you want to know about what does Rahu mean in Satabishak, go and watch that movie. You will know the Rahu's energy. Because Rahu is the perfectionist, Rahu is the obsessive planet. It is definitely the Asura, but it is also the Bhoga Karka. It is the planet which can give you. So you won't believe it that whenever Rahu transits at a certain position, like for example, you're waiting to get married, you want to get married, Rahu comes into your seventh house, boom, you will get married. You will get so many opportunities with marriage and love and relationships. Some of them would be the mirage, because Rahu, what it does is it takes your destiny and hides it in between that mirror maze. So you see a lot of clones there, but one particular person is going to be your destiny. That's what Rahu creates. When Rahu comes into the 10th house, multi-talented people, multiple options, multi-diverse individuals. No, they want to do this, they want to do that, but always gets confused that what should be the actual profession for them. And out of all those similar professions, all those their traits, their strong points, their strengths, their interest, there's one profession that has to be followed. Right? So that's the energy of Rahu. Please understand the energy of why Mars is coming out of my mouth. Just understand the energy of Rahu. It's important to understand it so that you actually know what does Rahu means. Rahu in this era is one of the important planets that you must have in a strong position, or its transit must come in for you to have everything. If you want the fulfillment of your desires, you would want Rahu. Right? So Rahu, the illusionist, Rahu, the one who gives the mirage, the one who is the obsession, the one who is the karmic planet. But wherever it transits, it will always bring in growth. Wherever it transits, it will give you obstacles, it will give you complications, but only to grow you in a practical manner and in a materialistic manner. For many people, Rahu's transit can be purely bad. That's because their natal Rahu will not be well placed. Maybe it's in water zodiac signs, or maybe it is conjunct certain planets in water zodiac sign or in water or moksha houses. Only then your Rahu can actually trouble you with sudden ups and downs, which can be very unexpected. But on a major line, Rahu has the capability to give you. So wherever its transit is happening, that becomes the strengthened area for that particular duration. So now Rahu is coming in the nakshatra of Satabishak, and Rahu already is in the Aquarius zodiac sign. Aquarius is the zodiac sign which is actually co-ruled by Rahu along with Saturn. Since we have the energy of Saturn, we have the energy of Rahu, that means it talks about doing things in a very structured manner. It means that you are able to express yourself and present yourself out there in and among large population, and just so as to bring in structure to that. Like, for example, I'll give you a very realistic example. Nowadays, there is a lot of content creation. It's the era of selling online. It is the era of digitally doing everything. Why? Because Rahu has entered. Even it actually started back in 2020 when Rahu was transiting the zodiac sign of Gemini, which got in, a significant change with technology, significant change on social media, which will actually reverse back in 2028 and 2029, because now Ketu is going to come there and it is going to bring back the orthodox, the old things over the internet, and it is going to reset this pattern. But we will talk about that later. But before that, this Rahu basically created that significant change. It created that drastic change with the social media and everything, with the selling, trading, online structure. Now, slowly and steadily, it is actually bringing about certain changes which are more towards advancement and innovation. So the moment Rahu actually entered the zodiac sign of Aquarius, it was about in bringing in innovation, but in a very structured manner, in a very practically approachable manner. So Rahu coming into the zodiac sign of Aquarius means that now this Rahu will take everyone out of that cocoon, out of that introvert nature, introvert shell, and bring the skills out. So people are addressing their skills, people are taking their skills out and presenting themselves in front of large populations. If they are not able to be there physically, they are now being able to be there virtually. That's what Rahu is creating as a part of transformation and change in the sign of Aquarius. Now it is coming into the nakshatra of Satabishak. Satabishak, the nakshatra of the 1,000 healers, the 100 physicians, right? The 1,000, I think it's the 100 physicians or the 1,000 physicians. But certainly what it means is now healing becomes the major scenario. Since we have a lot of retrogradations in the zodiac signs of water element, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that has already started this journey. Now Rahu is going to start and acknowledge this journey in a practical manner. First, the seed was actually implanted through the inside, through the water, through the moksha houses. Now it is going to bring about, now it is going to come about practically. It is going to be seen practically. So Satabishak Nakshatra is actually a circle. The symbol of Satabishak is the circle. So circle not only puts you in the boundary, but it also shows you that you don't have any corners. You just have the boundaryless, horizons which can expand over time. But the boundary is still there. Remember, even if it doesn't have corner, but it is a circle, it is a boundary in itself. There are lines which are curvely meeting itself, right? So the boundary is there, but at the same time, there are opportunities to expand. There are opportunities to come about and to expand in a greater way. So that's how you understand Satabishak Nakshatra. Satabishak Nakshatra helps a person basically understand his or her own horizon, that their own talents, how much boundary do they have, how much. So what it does is, first it gives you the smaller boundary to concentrate and focus on the area which should be your concern, to get perfected into that, to get that determination into that, and then slowly and steadily expand your horizons so as to give those fruits to everyone. That is Satabishak. That is why it is called as the nakshatra of the 1,000 physicians, the 1,000 healers, right? Along with this, the Satabishak nakshatra is also associated with secrecy. Satabishak nakshatra, whenever I see this nakshatra, either in Prashna or I see this nakshatra anywhere present, I know this person is not the one who is just abruptly saying anything. They always like to be hideous and they like to conceal the information. Now, the perfect example would be the secret agents, the raw agents, or any sort of those kind of agents that we have, which are working secretly, who hide their identity. So Rahu coming into Satabishak amplifies this energy that there is an obsessive need to hide the truth, to not let certain information to come out, not let the certain information, the certain secrecy to leave its actual place. So we are going to try to conceal the truth. And for some individuals, if your Rahu is supposedly in the air signs, or it is somehow connected with the air houses or the Kama houses, Kama Sthan, then it would be that your life karma, your journey right now is about taking out those concealed information, that hidden knowledge. Satabishak, you will see either Satabishak in the charts of scientists, detectives, agents, the Martian agents, or in the chart of astrologers. So this is a beautiful nakshatra for the hidden element, for the hidden aspect of life. So with Rahu, we are going to see deep researches and deep innovations in secret areas which were untouched before. and which are now going to have that introduction of Rahu, and people are going to obsess over it to find out certain information. But along with that is going to come certain that information which has to be kept secret, which has to be kept hidden underneath. So many people in their personal lives would want to actually hide the particular area or the particular aspect wherever the Satabishak is falling. They would want to hide that area. They would want to conceal that area. So that's what this Rahu entering into the Satabishak Nakshatra for almost what we have December, and we have almost 7 months of 2026. So it's like for 8 months approximately, it is going to bring about such things. Now, another thing that you would see is that Rahu is the master of illusions, and Satabishak Nakshatra is the mastery of illusions. So people are going to find that attraction or interest into such things, into things where they are causing illusions, where they are creating that illusion outside, but on the inside, things are very different. Also, at the same time, we have Ketu, right opposite to Rahu in Purva Falguni Nakshatra in the sign of Leo. So we can, on a personal level, we can expect people to have some hidden agendas and to attack using those hidden information, hidden agendas, hidden secrecy. And on a mundane level, we can expect some hidden attacks to be happening, some hidden agendas to be establishing by forming groups, by forming organizations, right? So I know the terrorist attack, like in Delhi, just recently, we came across the Red Fort bomb blast. And I just, in the morning today, I came across the video of that doctor. And to be honest, the video, if you must have seen the video of that doctor, he was saying something about that, self-suicide bombing is when you do, he was justifying that basically. But it was not non-understandable. I don't know if I saw the whole video, if I saw just the clip, but it was definitely not understandable. Nothing was very clear, and I could see that this person in himself, he does have the idea of what he wants to do, but he doesn't know what he's coming from, what he's saying. So that does show me some psychological problem, and that's very evident. Of course, a person with a psychological problem is going to do this only, right? Otherwise, why would you harm yourself? Why would you harm others just for the sake that you have a certain set of beliefs, right? To believe something and to acting upon that in a very violent manner, I think that's not justifiable, and that's definitely not something that a normal person would do, right? So that is something we can expect, that there could be something coming out as a part of cumulative agendas and forming groups and organizations secretly, and then coming out very violently with that. So that is also on something we can expect on a mundane level. And let me see, yeah, one more thing. I just actually, when I was making the analysis to record, I just wrote something which I thought was very important, and which is for the time when Rahu is in Satabishak Nakshatra, I will suggest all of you to actually donate or make or help someone in secrecy. See, Satabishak is concealment of the truth, or Satabishak is actually being confidential with the information. And the sign of Aquarius is philanthropist. It is the sign, it's a humanitarian sign. It's about people, it's about others, it's about the benefit of self along with the benefit of others. So even if you have just 10,000 rupees as a part of profit in your life, in your monthly income, just donate 1,000 bucks or just donate 100 rupees, but do it secretly. Do not announce it. Do not tell it. assume it as if this is a remedy for your next 8 months. And trust me, wherever this particular zodiac sign is falling, Aquarius, wherever this nakshatra is falling, wherever your Rahu is transiting, you're going to get good results. You're going to get growth. Especially if you're struggling with job, if you're struggling with recognition, just do this remedy and trust me, it is going to work out beautifully. Okay, now let's get on the predictions for each and every ascendant. So since Rahu has, Rahu and Ketu are the planets which usually do have different sets wherever they travel. Like one is a true transit, one is a actual transit. So that's why I did not take the muhurat chart, because the muhurat for Rahu's transit was actually on 23rd of November at 9:29 a.m., but it was at 20 degrees Purva Bhadrapada. It did not show to be in Satabishak until unless it turned into 1929 degrees. So the actual time would be 12:29. That's why I'm not taking a Muhurta chart in this particular analysis. I'm going to straight away start with Rahu wherever it is and go forward for each and every ascendant. Just remember, whenever you see transit or whenever you see the Muhurta chart or the Tithi Pravesh, you need to refer to the ascendant, wherever that Lord you are assuming, like Rahu. We are basically taking Rahu's transit. So we are going to see wherever Rahu is. Then we are going to see wherever the Lord is going. The Lord everywhere from Rahu is going into the second house, but you have to see the Lord of your ascendant wherever it is. It will show your karma, with the direction of your karma, because for everyone the karma is not going to be same. And thirdly, you need to see moon, right, for better clarity, to see where your emotions are going at the same time, or where the focus of your mind is going at the same time, right? So first of all, for Aquarius ascendant, for Aquarius individuals, it's a growing time for you. Like, it's a very, very transformative time, along with certain problems and certain major decisions you have to take based on your career and for your towards your family and towards your finances. It's a huge financial decision that you would have to take care of. At the same time, it's the time for you to grow. It's the time for you to conceal some facts related to your own personality. This Rahu coming into Satabishak in the first house has basically taught you that you don't have to be vocal with everyone. You don't have to announce everything that you're doing, because you have realized this thing that whenever I announce, whenever I decide on something, whenever other people get to know about it, this work just doesn't happen for me. So it's like a nazar scenario that is happening for you. So as to be careful with that, so as to avoid that, just go into secrecy. Just be hideous with your matters. Be hideous with your money matters, with your recognition, and with your career. That is very, very necessary. See, at the same time, we have such a cluster in your 10th house, which with Mars, Sun, and Mercury. There, you have to be secretive. You have to hide and conceal some facts about your decisions, your mind, and your facts. Okay. And at the same time, there is some, some need of connecting with the past people. You have Mercury, we have Mercury retrograde at this point, we have Jupiter retrograde, we have Saturn retrograde. There will be someone who will come in to your rescue, or who would help you. Could be a friend, a past friend, someone from the past, right? But you will require to leave the negatives in the past, but take all the positive things in the future related to the past, and then use that to get your recognition, to get what you desire. So for these months, for these particular 8 months, that is what is required. But definitely the major focus has to be on concealing your financial decisions, your own decisions, your personality, and everything that you do. Just be as secretive as you can. Even do not tell your spouse what you're going to do. Once the things are done, things are successful, only then announce. All right. Now, next we have the sign of Pisces. For Pisces individual, the ascendant lord is exalted, but is in the fifth house, retrograde. You have retrograde Saturn in the first house, Rahu is in your 12th house. You might be dreaming a lot and you might be getting a lot of intuitions at the same time, but most of them are just confusions or just unnecessary thinking that is coming to your mind because you are obsessively thinking. You need to set some boundaries to your thoughts. You need to just not let anything affect you that much. One remedy I'm going to tell you is take a glass full of water during the night, or take a bottle full of water during the night and keep it right at the side of your head. Wherever your head is, keep it on the side table or near your head. Right. And in the morning, just throw that water either in the flush or throw that into the plants. Right. Just do this for approximately 1 week, right? And then you will see the good effects. You will see that you're somehow it is acting in your favor, and you're thinking much less, like not like less, but less negative thoughts. Now, this Rahu, since it is transiting in the 12th house, it is going to actually give you certain realizations based on your conflicts, your past conflicts. And those realizations are going to bring about that overthinking within you. But it would have the need to conceal those facts, conceal those past realizations, and actually move that into movement or action. It also shows that your career is going to experience a drastic change. Even it could lead to a shift of residence. For some people, if your own chart is basically promising that, it can also lead you towards shift of residence. But this is the time where definitely you are up in the air, you are up in your own mind, right? And you need to heal your spiritual self using technology, using technical learning. Right? When I say using technology, maybe you are using astrology, maybe you are using some scientific understanding, maybe you are using some creative endeavors. That is your meditation, and that is helping you basically heal. But the major complication that is going to bring about is related to your mind and your obsession with thinking. And since you're going to think a lot, you might make some unhealthy decisions and unhealthy mistakes. So just be a little careful with that. Just try to focus and try to acknowledge and attract positive thoughts. That is very much necessary. At the same time, we have Moon in Moola in the 10th house, right? Someone will help you to have that guidance within your career. Your career is going to experience a major transformation based on your understanding, your higher knowledge, or maybe you want to take some time off, study more related to your career, and then get back to it. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Aries. For Aries individual, Rahu is in Satabishak in the 11th house. You will get actually an opportunity where you would have to protect some information related to some large organizations or some influential people. Now, the way, if you choose to just take that information out, and you know that it is going to harm you, that is up to you. But if you choose to take that information out, it can give you blunder with your social image. But if you choose to use that wisely, to use that to gain trust or to get recognized in your career, that is going to do wonders for you. But definitely your ethics and your understanding, your decision making is um, at stake for this while, right? Your ascendant lord is going into the 8th house. See, it is going into the zodiac sign of Scorpio, for some of you who are already into career and already at a good position, just be very careful of your designation and position, because this also shows me that so as to just get better from the other person, you might use certain factors to take them down and get yourself at the upper position. Like this usually happens in corporates, right? So just be careful of that, because otherwise you have to face a major transformation in regards of your image out in the society. But definitely this Rahu can be very, very promising, since it's an own nakshatra. It is in the 11th house. It can help you fulfill your desires, but how you fulfill them, that is going to be a matter of question, right? But definitely a good time in terms of your career and also in terms of your personal life. Okay, so make the best out of it. Now next we have the zodiac sign of Taurus. For Taurus individuals, you have your ascendant lord going into the 6th house, that is in Vishakha Nakshatra, in the zodiac sign of Libra. That means you need to bring in balance into your workspace, into your career, into your job scenario, into your daily life, daily routine, and even your health and nutrition. At the same time, Rahu is in the 10th house. Trust me on this. This is a beautiful time for you. For Taurus people, you can do wonders with your career. You will get the authority, you will get the independence in your career, and you have to take the responsibility of someone else. Maybe someone at a higher position than you has left their position in the company, and now you have to take care of that position, and everything is going to happen suddenly. You might not be expecting any promotion, but you're going to get one. All right. At the same time, you would be at a position where you will have to suppress your philosophical nature, suppress your ethical nature for that matter. You can experience some up and down in regards of your finances and between your assets. There could be some sort of division, some sort of ups and downs, some sort of such scenario within your home and within the fixed or joint assets, right? Relationship could be crucial at this stage, so just be a little careful, because your time, your concentration is going to be needed in your career. So relationship, keep it on the back end for now. Your career needs you. Your career, it is a very strong time for for building in good foundation of your career. Okay, so next we have the zodiac sign of Gemini. For Gemini individuals, this Mercury is basically the first lord coming into the 6th house, and your Rahu is transiting in the 9th house. Avoid doing any mischievous activities, right? Avoid, whenever I see Rahu transiting the 9th house, whenever I see Rahu present in the 9th house in someone's chart, I know that this person is going to do something very unorthodox, very out of the box. See, there are very, very less chances when we talk about something unorthodox and something out of the box to be ethical in nature at the same time. So remember, having Saturn in the 10th house at the same time, your ethics need a check. If your actions are not backed by a good motivation, a good agenda, you will not get that stable growth into your career. You will not get that stable growth into your life. But if it is out of jealousy, out of toxic nature, out of something that you're not feeling well about, then it will bring about, definitely it will not give you that stability with your work, stability in your career. I do fear Geminis have been struggling with their job positions, with their careers. For some who are not that lucky, might not be having job for now. But for some who are that lucky, might be having job, but maybe something unstable will be happening within the job scenario. But this is your time to learn. This is the time for you to actually take out that information related to spirituality and related to religion, related to spirituality, related to mythology, related to occult studies. This is the time to take out that information and apply that within your career. Use that as a weapon, use that as a strength. I think weapon would not be a right word, but use that as a strength to stabilize your career. This transition is basically coming in because Rahu and Ketu wants you to learn something. So this is the time for you to go back to school, for going back to school, or maybe getting a diploma, maybe filing, filling in for the course. Who, God knows, you might take up my own course. Right? So this is the time where your fortune, where your luck would feel as if it is not working, as if Rahu is not giving me anything, because Saturn is stopping Rahu there. Saturn is testing Rahu there by coming in front of him. That are you going to be ethical? So Rahu coming into Satabishak, this is your time to learn about the hidden information. This is your time to actually improvise yourself. So even if you think things are not working out for you, they are going to work out for you, but it will just take time. This Rahu is giving you a bad time with your fortune. It can even give some complications to your father, and your father, either your father has to hide some facts or you have to hide some facts related to your father or related to a guru. Okay. At the same time, your moon is in the seventh house. This is the time you read the psychology of others. You understand the psychology of others. You understand the emotions, the psychic abilities of others, so that that can help you with your business, maybe. That can help you with your career, maybe. But definitely mind, decision making, psychology, astrology, mythology, everything is going to be some there on your part and make you learn something. But yes, if you are expecting something, if you are thinking that when something good is going to happen in regards of your career, then wait for Jupiter to enter your ascendant. It might bring about better opportunities than it would bring right now. Because right now this Jupiter also wants to learn that what are you doing towards earning money, what are you willing to do. But since it is retrograde, it wants you to deeply understand where you are with the money matters. What does money stands for you? What is the value of money? This is the time for you to understand that value of money. Okay. Next we have the zodiac sign of Cancer. For Cancer individuals, this particular Rahu is going into the eighth house. Secret information, secrecy, occult, astrology, investigative things, in detective shows, detectives, whatnot, research, everything is what is your agenda with this Rahu. This Rahu, being in the nakshatra of Rahu in the eighth house, can bring about sudden transformation within you and sudden changes in the way you present yourself, the way you ethically think. It's like if you have been a purest person, you have been a sacrificial person. Trust me on this Rahu and Saturn coming into your ninth and 10th, they are making you learn that you are no longer required to become a selfless giver. You need to change. You need to be a little selfish. You need to be self-centered, and you need to make some changes within your life. Ethics would be important only where they are necessary. That's what this Saturn and this Rahu is showing you. At the same time, we have moon in the sixth house. That means you have to you have to actually deal with a sudden conflict or a sudden health related issue, right? That's what would need your attention, for which you would have to improvise your routine, improvise your nutrition, what you eat, your habits as well. It is going to be a major transformation in terms of your habits. And also, if you are married, this Rahu can bring about some sudden facts which are going to come out in regards of your in-laws. And even they are going to experience some complication, and you are also going to have a major complication with them in terms of especially finances. Because, Aquarius is an utterly practical sign. So when Rahu comes there, you are in your own illusion. You are in your own circle of illusion. And there you become extremely practical and sometimes inhuman. Inhuman as in you don't consider the emotions of others. You're not the one who is going to think about the emotion of others. Like, for example, if there would be some else planet, like maybe there was Jupiter, then it would have acted purely different. But Rahu, it's more like an Elon Musk, who just took all the Doge money to make his own profits. And he did. I did invest in Dodge, and I'd regret. And ever since that day, I have not invested any money, in shares, because I was like, what if I encounter another Elon Musk? Right? So yeah. So that's for the Cancerians. This is already a very difficult time for you, but most of the difficulty is from the inside. Trust me, just have faith. This is temporary. This is not for longer. I know the exhaustion is there, the just not being able to believe, not being able to have that constant faith is there. But trust me, this is temporary. This is going to change. There are just hidden aspects of your own personality, of yourself, and the hidden aspects which have been hidden from you, that just need to come out and take your attention. Just for that matter, all this retrogression, all these transits in your trinal houses they were actually preparing you for this. All right. So it's a couple of more months. I know just might sound like, oh, just? No, it's not just. I can understand that. Definitely. 100%. Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Leo. So for Leo individuals, Rahu is transiting in the 7th house in Satabishak. Trust me, if you are a Leo, if you are looking for a partner, if you are looking to get married, to settle down, do not get married, do not settle down during this time. Although I always say, whenever Rahu transits the 7th, you have that opportunity to encounter your spouse. But not always, not all the time in that 1.5 years. Rahu, when it was in Purva Bhadrapada, it might have given you the opportunity. When it will be further in Dhanishta, it can bring other things, but not in Satabishak. It's like you are going to encounter the most sneaky individuals, the most hideous individuals with hidden agendas, with hidden aspects, not concealing the whole truth, not telling you everything. Right? So be very careful, Leo ascendants. Be very careful of love matters, of relationships. This is not the time for you to actually go into a relationship if your thought process is to get settled, if your thought process is to have someone with whom you can share your life. Even if you are not a person who gets into serious relationship, for casual ones also I won't suggest you, because you are going to encounter the most nasty people, most hideous people. So, and that will end up, you feeling betrayed, because Ketu is also present in the 1st house, right? At the same time, your ascendant lord is in the 4th house. So, and that too in the sign of Scorpio. So why to make yourself go through that heartbreak? But of course, destiny is the boss. Destiny is going to do what it wants to do. But this is just my suggestion, especially if you meet someone online, if you meet someone through social media or on Tinder or any sort of that apps, right? But definitely in your mind, you do have someone in the past. While I'm talking, if I'm mentioning that there is someone from the past, you can picture that person for now, right? There is someone from the past who basically felt like that the love of my life has gone, that felt heavy, right? But there can be a re-encounter, but the same pattern could be there again. Or for some people, for most it might not be, but that's the major theme for the major population. So just be careful, just understand, just take your decisions well thought, like, thoroughly well thought. No impulsive decisions, no sudden decisions, and try to forgive what happened in the past. Not just to go back to the same situation, but to move on from that. All right. Next, we have the zodiac sign of Virgo. So for Virgo individuals, Rahu is transiting the sixth house, right? And Ketu in the 12th. The ascendant lord is in the third house. There is a sense of dissatisfaction, that there is a sense of bringing in some significant change in your job dynamics, in your work environment, right? You are making enemies unknowingly, right? You want to work, you are willing to work 24/7, but at the same time, you are also experiencing a lot of negativity from your work. You're experiencing a lot of hidden politics and hidden people who are talking behind your back, right? So just be a little careful with whom you're trusting with your emotions and everything. And there is going to be required to experience something related to your home again, right? There could also be an opportunity to demolish your home and to make a new one out of it, or to just make some structural changes regarding your home. And also related to the roots, related to something which is beyond, like piping, like something which is not seen out up in front, which is within the walls or within something. Okay, I don't know why termites came into my mind. Just be careful with that as well. Okay, then Rahu coming into the sixth house, at the same time moon in the fourth, and then the Lord Saturn is in the seventh house. There can be a conflict related to marriage, partnership that can bring about or be come about again. There can be a competitive scenario that you have to deal with. There is something related to the health also you have to take care of. But at the same time, things are going to go back and forth in terms of your recognition, in terms of your career, in terms of your stability with your career, right? So this Rahu's transit in Satabishak is actually very significant for you, because people are going to test your nerves. People are going to try to attack you with secrecy, either with secret politics or with secret agendas, secret information. So try not to announce what you're doing or what you want to do or what decisions you're planning to make. Just be as confidential as you can with your actions, with your skills, with your work as well. Because there are people who are there to just lunge on you, because they are not comfortable seeing you going towards success. Okay, there is I don't know, there is something also related to the home or home environment or related to the mother, which can come about again. Could be an issue, could be a past complication with health, or with even some dispute that can arise again. All right. Next, we have the zodiac sign of Libra. For Libra individuals, your ascendant lord is in the ascendant, but it is in Vishakha. That means you are at a stage where you are basically clearing your surroundings. You're basically in the stage where you are being mindful, trying to balance your life, but also removing those people who are unworthy of you, who are who do not deserve to be in your life. So that's why this Venus is bringing about that energy. At the same time, see, Ketu is in the 11th house, Rahu is in the 5th house. It is giving you a bit of obsession towards your partner as well. Somehow you are so obsessed over your partner. If you are married, if you are in a relationship, you are so obsessed over the partner. You want to have, the attention of your partner. That's why even the slightest attention of your partner is going somewhere else. That is playing with your mind, that is messing with your mind. This could also be a time where there could be a childbirth. The childbirth will bring about a significant change in your assets, in your finances, and also could even bring in a significant change within your career. At the same time, this also shows, because Rahu is in the 5th house, you will get your obsession and inclination towards making investments, and that to secret investments. Now, either you are going to hide that from your partner, or you're going to hide that from the others, right? But it could be anyone. But you are keen on making some hideous factors, hideous investments. At the same time, this particular combination can also make you be attracted outside of the marriage. So be a little careful with that. Somehow there's a sense of dissatisfaction within the romance or within the attention that you're receiving within the marriage, because of which you are feeling the need to be attracted outwards or out of the marriage. Or if you are unmarried, you want to have a partner, you want to experience that romance. Until the time Rahu is in the 5th house, you will be having that romance. This time is all about your travel, your connection with others, you connecting with others in a different manner, and also the opportunity of learning, getting educated, getting the knowledge. You are all the time on social media, on internet, and finding things out. You are half of a Google machine by yourself. Right? Now, next we have the zodiac sign of Scorpio. For Scorpio individuals, Rahu is in the 4th house. Whenever I see Rahu in the 4th house, the first thing that comes into my mind is that this person is feeling bechain. This person is feeling impatient. Their heart is not at the right space. They are changing the way they connect emotionally with others. They are changing the way they connect, um, you know, their emotions with others. So this is, since Rahu is in Satabishak now, you're going to go into deep research. You're going to heal yourself. You're going to heal your emotional self by being a rebel. Maybe you have been a person thinking about the others, doing things about the others, for the others. But now this Rahu has taught you that no one cared when you needed those emotions. No one cared when you needed that support. So now change. Now grow out of this. Become a little practical when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your dependency on others with your emotional state. Now, what will happen is that your focus is going to shift from emotional attachments to materialistic attachments. You're going to think more about, how do I pamper myself? How do I enjoy by myself? This Rahu in Satabishak is going to make you a pure rebel, and you will have to hide some facts related to home, and especially with your emotions and your heart space. Your ascendant lord is an ascendant. This is Mars in the sign of Scorpio. This is the time for you to take the charge of your own personality, take the charge of your own transformation, with Jyeshtha being there as the nakshatra. So we have a variety of nakshatras. Scorpios, you do have a variety of nakshatras with Vishaka, Anuradha, Jyeshtha. All those mood swings are just hitting you, completely ever since a month. Now it is going to hit you further as well, because for some time we do have transits happening in Scorpio, right? I think it's mostly till No, actually we are going to have 4 planetary conjunction in the sign of Sagittarius. So once it leaves this domain, you will be wholly concentrated on your career and on your finances and financial growth. But right now, the dynamics of your home environment are changing. You're trying to make some stable investments and bring in some stability. This is the time where you are obsessing over how do I bring in a stable environment for myself, stability in my life, that I don't have to struggle, I don't have to just think about everything every time. So that's the scenario which is going on for you people. Now, next we have the sign of Sagittarius. For Sagittarius individuals, your ascendant lord is in the 8th house, and that is retrograde. You are experiencing the retrogradations in your moksha sthan, so you are healing from the inside. Now, Rahu coming into your 3rd house in the nakshatra of 1,000 physicians, it is actually making you learn how to heal yourself externally as well, right? This Rahu in the 3rd house is going to make you dive deep into information. There's a need that you might be also experiencing and understanding, that there's a need for me to understand the supreme knowledge, astrology, mythology, and even more information. This is the time for you to learn, and also this is the time for you to understand that you need not to take actions in a very dharmic way. Like, for example, this Sagittarius, see, you have Saturn in your 4th house, you have Rahu in your 3rd house, your ascendant lord is going into the 8th house. You are learning the art of magic, you are learning the art of illusion. Maybe you have been a very direct person, maybe you have been a person who, when connects with someone emotionally, you are there for them, you are supportive of them, you have given all of your emotions out there. But I think now it's the time for you to realize that that's not how you live, that's not how you survive within your life. You need to get balanced with your emotions. You need to philosophically understand yourself and understand how to pull up a act of illusion, act of that, yes, I'm doing all that efforts, all that action, but internally become cold and detached. So now no longer you are going to be like attaching or depending on the others, but rather just showing them that, yes, I'm depending on you, but internally you are hard as a rock. That's what this is showing me. It's a perspective shift. This Rahu and Ketu transit is a complete perspective shift. Oh my God, shift. So, my goodness. So, this Rahu in the 3rd house, it basically is giving you that also keen, that some sort of fears. This Rahu in the 3rd house might be giving you some sort of sometimes anxiety, sometimes fears. But this moon coming into the 1st house is showing that this Rahu wants you to heal those fears. This Rahu wants you to get out of that fearful situation and understand and have a control over your senses. Do you know certain planets and especially certain zodiac signs are the ones who can show your ability to have control over your senses, and one of them is actually, two of them are Sagittarius and Capricorn, which could establish a great control over your senses. And that's what this Rahu coming into your 3rd house is basically showing you or giving you that inclination towards. But definitely a strong social presence it is giving you. Anything and everything that you do using your skills and social media is going to be fruitful for you. And also this is the time for learning a lot many things. Now, lastly, we have the zodiac sign of Capricorn. So, for Capricorn individuals, your ascendant lord is going into the 3rd, Rahu in the 2nd, a major transformation. See, major transformation in terms of your finances. But let me tell you this, for some people, it is going to be over exhaustion of your savings, your money, or there could be some significant expense that is going to be made by you, where your money is going to be exhausted, where your savings are going to be exhausted. So be very careful of where you're putting your money, how much you're saving, because you might need it later. But this is basically, Rahu is like, it's an obsessive energy. For many people, it is also going to obsess you towards the opportunities to earn more and more and more money. Right. But at the same time, this Rahu in the second house could also give you that opportunity, give you that scenario where your money is overly exhausted, where your savings are overly exhausted. Right. So just take care of that moment, because a lot of expenditure and sudden movements related to sudden expenditure coming about, sudden difficulties in family, sudden scenarios where your efforts are required, that is also seen. So suddenness can also come within your job scenario, right? So suddenness is there in the job as well, because of which maybe you'll have to be you have to either look for other options of earning money, or you'll have to look for other sorry, or you'll have to look for depending on your savings for some time. So just be a little careful with where where what you're doing right now and what decisions you're making right now. All right. So, yes, guys, this was my analysis regarding this Rahu transiting in the nakshatra of Satabishak. I hope this helps. And let me tell you guys, do not follow the timestamps. I don't know how the automatic timestamps are coming on the screen, but they're not matching from what I'm saying, or that's why I have written the timestamps below in the description box. Please refer to them. Okay, we'll see you with the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.